Once you see the devil's horns, it's too late. Once the storm come, all you do is wait, undermining the fate of the young black youth for the state. With 2 strikes, the irony, the enemy won't bust a grape in a fruit fight. Label us property and tell us to get our rights. That's like my knife fighting for his life. Human contraband, carrying a concealed weapon, praying to get to heaven. You gotta hear the insanity of millions of guys who don't know that they guys. They hide behind their squad on the stage so the hoes can apply. Don't tell me I'm wrong, don't tell me I'm right. I'm a beacon in the darkness of night, just bringing the light, visualizing the womb. The matrix, hatred, leads us out of the tomb. No waiting, see that day come soon. It's the apocalypse, nigga. Horns stand for wisdom, inherited from my father. My body's become a prison. My mind blooms, ideas flower, free from prison. Life is sweet and sour, war and serenity, slavery and divinity. They wondering what's gotten into me. I'm not a man or a god, I'm an entity. My ancestors sending me on a victory lap, just trying to be where Nipsey was at. Real recognize real, so I'm tipping my cap. Elevated, but my center's intact. The true saint come around, sinners react. The crusade back in play, and I'm on the attack. Came with the Tommy like Will and Men in Black. This is divine timing, ain't no turning back. Diamond shining, I remember we was cold men black. They sold my ancestors, but I stole them back. It's the apocalypse, nigga. It's the apocalypse, nigga. It's the apocalypse, nigga. It's the apocalypse, nigga. It's the apocalypse, don't mean to be the bearer of bad news, but terror and doom looms from error and sad tools. Comparison to that dude, I'm mirrored in that too. They scared of my bad moves, but I got a bag too. You better get back, move, because the missiles is locked, malicious pistols is cocked. The army very different from cops. I observe, listen and watch. Hall of Fame, the way I'm pitching the rock. The same shit from the lip, just a chip from the block. Nope, see, you niggas ain't ready. Nope, nope, you niggas ain't ready. Revelation, contemplation, transformation. It's Friday the 13th, and guess who playing Jason? You niggas ain't ready. Nope, you niggas ain't ready. Nope, you niggas ain't ready. Revelation, contemplation, transformation. Friday the 13th, and guess who playing Jason? It's me, nigga. I seen it in my crystal ball under the mistletoe. I seen this shit crystal clear. They feel like they getting close. The timing already here. They feel like I didn't know. My ancestors had me prepared. I'm using a different scope, because the missiles is locked, malicious pistols are cocked. The army different from cops. I observe, I listen and watch. Hall of Fame, the way I'm pitching the rock. The same shit from the lip, just a chip from the block. No, these niggas ain't ready. Nope, these niggas ain't ready. Revelation, contemplation, transformation. It's Friday the 13th, and guess who playing Jason? It's me, nigga. Nope, you niggas ain't ready. No, you niggas ain't ready. Nope, you niggas ain't. You niggas. Revelation, contemplation, transformation. Friday the 13th, and guess who playing Jason?
Small town boy, big city dreams. Broke boy with $1 million scheme. Don't you wanna join the $1 million team? No biggie, it was all just a dream. It was all just a dream. Things appear real, but it's not as it seems. You can have all that you need, but still don't know the importance of a seed. Late nights with Apollo made a creed that if I get on, I'ma share no greed. And we all grow weed, and we all proceed like make you feel this way. $1 million make you feel this way. Got a brand new crib, and it's all feng shui, Got a brand new bitch, and she take down Quay. Look it up. We like the stars in the sky in a day. Look at us. Make it feel this way. $1,000,000 make you feel this way. Make you feel this way. $1,000,000 make you feel this way.
Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective, man. How y'all doing? Give me 1 second. Figure something out. Anyways, can't do what I wanted to do. Trying to do too much, so I'm gonna do what I can do. Thank y'all for joining me. Be sure to like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel. Like the video. This is the best thing that you can do. It's 20 people on the live already, and if all 20 people click the like, that'll be awesome. You know, I don't ever ask people for anything, and that don't have nothing to do with y'all. That has everything to do with me. I'm in my soft guy era. No, I'm not in my soft. I'm not in my soft guy era, but I am in a receptive mode. So thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for tapping in with me. Today I want to talk about some astrology and then tie it in with some real world things. Right? When we look at our chart today, well, let me take care of some business. You already know this week we running a deal on the PE. Make sure you tap in for that. Crazy deal. And then another thing that I want to do is give you guys a $25 off coupon if you could give an honest review. If you ever copped anything from me, if you ever supported me in any way, please leave an honest review. If it was a horrible experience, I would like to know that. I would probably compensate you. You just never know, right? I just want to know where we stand. And if you could give me the worst review ever, I'll still give you a $25 off coupon, even though you might not use it. But if you want to, get some microdose capsules, a week supply, leave an honest review, you get that week supply for free, right? So I'm just in a space where I'm receptive, but I've also been receiving, and in a positive energy stream, things have been actually leveling out and balancing out for me. And because of that, I just want to give back and show love. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, go to White Rabbit site, leave a review if you ever tapped in, let the people know. Because if you ever build in a business, I'm going to give you the keys to the castle. You want to get reviews. You want to get social proof. I've been an astrologer by trade. And along my astrology journey, I've collected reviews. I've never got on this platform and said, I am for everybody. Because I'm for sure not for everybody. However, I'm a man of integrity. I'm a man of high quality and high standards. And I put that on myself to deliver. And if I make a mistake and if I'm fucked up, I would like to know that too. Because my biggest lessons have come from being corrected when I'm fucking up. And so whenever I'm fucking up, I actually want to be checked on that. So, and the only way I know is if you let me know. And I'm not one of these people online that's like, yo, I'm online and I'm perfect because I got a YouTube channel. That's not true, right? So let's get into the information, man. Before we get into the salacious details, I want to bring up some astrological realizations that's taking place. Right, last night was a first quarter moon, and the first quarter ultimately represents some form of a crisis. But the crisis is not an opportunity for your life to be ruined.
A crisis is a chance for you to integrate different conflict resolution skills. So when you look at the chart, the moon is in the third decan of Gemini. The third decan of Gemini is ruled by the card Ruin. Okay? Ruin is basically it's two things. It can be in your social circles where you have friends and family that don't benefit you, and the crisis comes up, and like, okay, I'm doing this thing around these people. The crisis is not that they're bad people. Usually the crisis is, why am I spending my time around these people, or why do I feel forced to spend my time around these people and I'm not able to grow. And when we talk about growth, we're really talking about how this quarter moon plays off of the energy of Jupiter conjunct Uranus. I'm sorry. This is taking place April 20th, right? And this is something that I've been working on. I'm going to come up with an article on this aspect because this is real, real big. Everybody hyped off the solar eclipse, you know, and honestly, because we did the solar eclipse video and I told people to listen to drums and meditate during the solar eclipse. Give me some ones in the chat if you remember me saying that. Give me also some additional ones if you was able to do that. And then give me some more ones if the energy have been on point because you set your intentions during a powerful solar eclipse and you didn't get into the doom and gloom. Can I get some motherfucking ones in the chat? Let me know y'all fucking with me for the one time or the two time, okay? Because we wasn't on no doom and gloom shit over here on this channel. We was listening to the drumming, we was meditating, we was writing our intentions when the eclipse was happening. And shit been rolling. You feel me? That Kid Rock shit. Rolling, 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 rolling. Hey, I'm like, okay, the energy can cascade. Right? Kuan Yin energy, right? Positive affirmations, tapping into the goddess energy. Right, niggas was not on no doom and gloom shit. I don't know. I just study astrology every 2 weeks. You know, I put out a video every 2 weeks about astrology, but I don't know shit. But I swear I didn't see no doom and gloom in that chart. I seen that if you was actually in the mode of altered states of consciousness, rest and relaxation, things was working in your favor. Now, the same thing applies for Jupiter conjunct Uranus in the third decan of Aries. Right? This is a major conjunction. When you look at the solar eclipse, a solar eclipse is just a conjunction of the sun and the moon. So when you look at the Uranus conjunct Jupiter, this is a conjunction, but we're talking about a social planet and a transpersonal planet. I'm not talking voodoo, hoodoo, magic, sorcery. If you would just get my book, Astrology Explained, available at columbianexchange.com or available on Amazon, whatever you prefer, right? It'd probably be quicker on Amazon, but it all goes to the same kids, right? But beyond all of that, it goes to the same children. So whatever you do what you do. It's all love from me to you. But beyond that, we get into Jupiter being a social planet, Uranus being a transpersonal planet, and we then break down the understanding of what is social. Social is an aspect of your life that represents your expanding into different realms and different friend groups. Jupiter is in sidereal Aries. This is the beginning of, and we're not talking about people that you went to school with, but it's not excluding people that you went to school with, but it's more likely people that you know on a spiritual solar level. Right? Those are the days. Those are the days. This gives me vibes of that. I was going to do a video earlier, but you know, life be lifing for me. The more and that's Jupiter for me. When I was new into my journey, when I was new into spiritual development, I could devote every day to sharing and expansion. And I'll never regret those days and I'll never take those days back. But my family has expanded, my capacity has expanded, my business has expanded, My self-development has expanded. So when you expand, you don't never do the same things that you did when you initiated your social. So Jupiter is the planet of expansion, but it's Sagittarius, it's higher learning. It's the ability to really get into, so higher learning is different from lower learning, but higher learning is something that most human beings don't do. That's why it's ruled by their ninth house. Because most people are gonna stop learning at a certain point. The difference between you and your family is that you are in the process of to continuously learn and develop and understand who you are as a spiritual being. Your family, however, may be cool with a high school degree or college degree or doctorate, whatever. Whenever they're done with school, they stop learning. And this is the way that society actually breeds people. But when you deal with Jupiter, when you deal with the Sagittarian energy or the Milky Way energy, the the quintessence of spiritual development, like to really know who you are. Carl Jung talks about individuation. So Jupiter is how you're really going to like smell your own ass and not be in a space where you're doing things that your mom would be proud of and your daddy would be proud of. But what about you? Why won't you live a life that you're proud of? And so Uranus is awakening all of this energy. And so it comes in, you can look at Uranus as guardian angels or higher evolved spirit communication times with the people that you surround yourself with. And it's in Aries, so it could be nobody, right? It don't have to actually be nobody yet, because you can actually begin to use your Aries energy, which represents intention. When you look at the second, the first deacon of Aries, the second of Wands or the two of Wands is dominion. The three of Wands is integrity. The four of Wands is opposition. So all of these particular concepts are mental concepts and preparation and intentions. So I'm a dreamer. I'm a person that has high hopes for myself, and I'm the type of person that don't give up on myself. Meaning that if you're the type of person that's easily more prone to give up on yourself for whatever reason, right? You're 58 years old, your ass stink a little bit, your left leg longer than your right leg, your titties a little bit lopsided, you're not the cutest nigga in the whole entire world, you're not the most orthodox type of person, you kind of weird on the low ski, but you trying to figure this shit out. Well, and because you kind of weird, you count yourself out. Well, if that's you, my message is not going to really resonate with you. You're going to really not like me, because I'm all of that, and I'll never give up on myself, and I'll never give up on the vision that I have for myself. So as Jupiter transits through Pisces and does an uber mindfuck on you, triple entendre mindfuck on you, the issue was our patriarchal education teaches us linear upward movement, hierarchical development, but our matriarchal root of our existence teaches us the power of cycles, menstrual, ovulation, new, full, things of that nature. Pisces, Aries. Oh, you thought you have reached the mountaintop? Start all over again. Take everything that you've learned from that past cycle, take everything that you've learned, and then take it and build it with your knowledge. Powerful time. But if you deal with the energy like, oh my God, I have to I have to continue the legacy of my ancestors, things of that nature. Jupiter conjunct Uranus is like, no, you have your own individual path. More or less, you got to begin to set the intentions now. Because as we sit, all of the energy sits in sidereal Pisces. But come into May, it's going to be like a snap of the eye, a snap of the eye. What does that mean? That means nothing, right? A snap of the fingers, a snap of the fingers. And all of these energies are going to be in Taurus. the thing about Taurus, when you look at the agriculture, when you look at the garden, when you look at your resources, when I was a young kid, and tell me if y'all like me in this in regard. When I was a young kid and I see a person with a lot of money, I'd be like, damn, this nigga know magic, right? This nigga is like fucking God, right? How does he have a house? How does he have all of these things, right? Never ever, when I grew up, I realized that, oh, he visioned it and set the plan in motion. He had dominion, right? He had dominion. You got to have dominion first. You have to dominate first. You have to dominate the environment first. You have to dominate your mind first. You have to be king shit. You have to be goddamn Pambajira when it comes to who you are in the spiritual shit. Because if you're not dominant, then soon as your baby daddy call you an ain't shit bitch, you ready to fight him. And now you beating your baby daddy ass, right? Catching a DV charge, right? But you had goals in life that you're not able to fulfill because you got to do 30 days in the county, right? Because you didn't dominate your mind. You didn't dominate your path. So within the tarot, it's going to tell you, but once again, nobody's going to read the tarot, do the study and do the understanding. Oh, it's a story, a cyclical path that if I would just study and understand and get to the crux of it, okay, dominion. Cool, I got that. The third deacon of Aries. Integrity. Integrity is simple. The person that I show up as, I must be that person when I don't show up. Like when I'm in the lab, when I'm creating, when I'm cooking, when I'm setting my intentions. If I want a business, I'm willing to put the work in. I'm willing to wake up early. I'm willing to sleep early. I'm willing to do the things that I need to do. Because when it comes to manifestation and intention building, as soon as you tell a nigga, oh, you can start a podcast, the first thing a nigga gonna tell you is, oh, I gotta work on Monday. One's in the chat. Soon as you tell your niggas your plans, they be like, look, I gotta go to work on Tuesday, hood. Can we meet on Wednesday? Soon as you tell them your plans. Because the actual integrity, all right, in order for us three to start a restaurant, we're going to have to brainstorm night in, night out. We got to fall in love with each other. We got to have a bromance. We got to spend almost every waking hour and leave no stone unturned. And if we do the work, working together, we can start a business. But if you got to work on Monday, I got to work on Tuesday, Sharon got to work on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, we link up, we talk about business. And then Saturday, we don't see each other again till Thursday and Friday. There's nothing that's going to come from that. We got to look at everything like a farm. It's never a day on a farm that a person doesn't tend to the fucking hens on the farm. But we live in a society with technology and our lights is cut on with the flick of a wrist. We don't actually get the programming and the conditioning that we need to show up every day. Now we can look around us and see business after business, family after family, thing after thing exist around us. And we can look at it as like, oh my God, they know something I don't know. But they don't know nothing that you don't know because you can understand the Aries energy. The sun is entering to Aries energy now. This is the time to dominate your mind. This is the time to dominate your intention. The problem with most people is that they know what they want, but they also don't believe that they're going to actually get what they want. So even though they know what they want, they're not going to give a fuck about what they want. And because they're not living a life that what they want, they're just going to be depressed as shit, acting like it's all good. Because Shaniqua got a fucking baby shower on Thursday and you wear your new goddamn Louis Vuitton bag. Talking about, hey, baby. Oh, yeah, you looking nice. You show is looking good, baby. Ain't on shit for real. Trying to figure it out. How about you want to do something with your life? How about you going to have to cut off all of the bullshit, remove all of the distractions, get into your emperor energy, get into your discipline energy. Do research on Aries energy. Look at goddamn Star Walk and say, what sign is the sun? Where is the sun at in the astrology wheel? And Star Walk will tell you Aries. And you say, okay, What does Aries mean? Aries means initiation. All right, bet. What tarot card is associated with Aries? The Emperor. What do the Emperor represent? Discipline. You won't be confused about fucking life if you actually study the chart and understand and overstand the chart. Imagine you going through this energy not being disciplined and focused on what you actually want out of life. And there's 9 billion people on the earth, and we all collectively in the doom and gloom propaganda of the government. And they got government agents in every specter of life, and we don't know our ass from our goddamn mouth, and we talking out of our fucking mouth, thinking we talking out of our mouth, but really we talking out of our ass because we goddamn brainwashed and propaganda washed. Don't know shit. So when we get into like real life, real reality, I bet you go to a certain part of town right now and this nigga's doing construction right now. One's in the chat. If you can go somewhere in your city and somebody building some shit. If they still building shit, then you can still build shit. You don't gotta be in this space where and the energy of the world today is telling you that the world is over, life is over, the government is over, Trump is over, Biden is over, and none of these things is true. It's just niggas that's getting conditioned and brainwashed by these goddamn technologies and the real world taking place right in front of you. Because even in Palestine, even in Israel, there's niggas going to the store getting them some goddamn Newports. Talking about goddamn it's so damn it's crazy. Them niggas sent the bomb the other day. What you doing tonight? I heard it's a club going down on goddamn Al Ghazi Way, motherfucker. You going? Hell yeah, Habib gonna be there cooking the ill goat and goddamn shish kebabs, nigga. We pulling up, nigga. Bring the hummus too. It's crazy this war going on. It is crazy. And we like pray for them, and it's like, yeah, pray for us, nigga. Your goddamn uncle just got killed in a drive-by. Nobody gave a fuck. This is the real world. Black people have been murdered wholesale in this country ever since we've been in this motherfucker, and nobody sent aid to us. But we still go to the goddamn store, get a goddamn pack of cigarettes, and reflect on what we're gonna do and what we're gonna do with our lives. We are under some form of mind control. This is the type of energy that you can break free from the mind control. Another aspect of this is the Sun square Pluto. So the Sun is entering into a new energy in Aries, squaring Pluto in its first decan of Capricorn. The first decan of Capricorn is ruled by the 2 of Dis, which means change. But it's not change in the shit where it's like, Tupac, I see no changes. Oh, it ain't that type of change. It's exchange. It's offerings. It's matching energy. And so I want to do a quick segue into some different tabs, but I want to keep everything we talking about table as we begin to deal with these current events. So we're reading from astrologyking.com. Everybody should be tapped into astrologyking.com. It got every transit, every aspect, just in the whole library. You can get old stuff. You can look up your chart, astrologyking.com, things of that nature, right? Tap in, tap in, tap in, tap in, right? Somebody put that in the chat because, people be like, what you said? Astrology what? Astrologyking.com, okay? Study every aspect. So if you got Sun square Pluto in your chart, you're like, well, I don't know what that means. Astrologyking.com, Sun square Pluto. What does it mean? You ain't going to resonate with everything that's being said, but at least give you an idea. Give you some idea of your chart, and you might find some things that resonate with you that allow you to expand. Jupiter conjunct Uranus, is time to expand to your individuated self, not who your mama and daddy wanted you to be. Okay, so let's deal with the transit for Sun square Pluto. Sun square Pluto gives you more energy, strength, and motivation to work hard. Struggle through difficulties and achieve your goals. Let me read that again. I'm sorry. I have a 4th grade reading level. They didn't really care. They just kind of pushed me through the system, It would have been crazy if they left me back 10 years in a row. I'd have been still 16 in the 2nd grade. It wouldn't have looked right? So anyways, the Sun square Pluto transit gives you more energy, strength, and motivation to work hard. struggle through difficulties, and achieve your goals, but a need for more power and influence with the tendency to be more assertive and controlling can lead to stress, ego conflict, power struggles, or crises with your self-confidence, esteem, or identity. Because I love when a nigga say astrology ain't real. Don't y'all just love that when somebody say astrology ain't real? Just because if I told a person 2 + 2 = 8, and you told somebody that 2 + 2 = 8, and the person come to me and say, math ain't real, that's just two ignorant niggas that don't know shit. But if you do your due diligence and you study and you understand the knowledge for yourself and just pull out different nuggets and different chunks and then relate it, then you can begin to understand life and how it stands. So you and your girlfriend is not fighting each other, beating each other up over the remote control. Listen, babe, let's not fight over who get to watch Law and Order. I want to watch Criminal Intent. You want to watch SVU, and we fighting. Let's just watch the basic Law and Order. That sounds like a fair deal. Son of Square Pluto, I was watching Hood Mystic on YouTube. He said we more prone to be fighting right now. We got to do some shadow work. You see what's happening with Drake and them. You see what's happening with Kai Cenat and them. They beefing in their relationships because somebody not doing shadow work. I feel like sometimes people need love and they go about weird ways of getting it. One's in the chat. Do you got a weird way of going? Have you ever said, you know what I need right now? I need some love and affection. What y'all know about that reggae? You ever said you needed some love and affection? What you be doing? What y'all do, ladies? What y'all do when y'all need some love and affection? Y'all rub? One's in the chat if you rub your booty up against his meat. Y'all rub y'all booty up against his meat a little bit? Give a little booty rub up against him? Like what? Do y'all be verbalizing or you give him a little booty move? Huh? And be like, well, I do be vocal about it. You ain't see when I was you ain't see when I did the little hip move? See, when you talk about expression and you talk about love, it's not reading your mind. It's not hints. It's not subtle. It's not like, well, he's supposed to like me because blah, blah, blah. She's supposed to like me because I pay all the bills. Right? You pay all the bills and your wife still give you her ass to kiss. And you came for every time you get into a fight, what'd he say? I paid the damn rent. What you mad about? You know how many other women want to be here in your position that you in right now? Do you know? That's an ego conflict. That's a power struggle. And it's also an opportunity to get close if you're able to recognize the silly shit that people be actually experiencing because they're not able to be real with themselves. And the deep truth about relationships, and it could be professional, right? When you see somebody that's doing their thing, y'all not ready for this conversation, I don't think. When you see somebody doing their thing, you got to congratulate them. You got to be like, you got to be a cheerleader. You got to root for them because being supportive of other people is an inside job. In the metaphysical money books, it always like if you see people making money and you be like Jeff Bezos bitch ass and you be separating yourself from people like, oh, they just rich, they evil, they rich. That's some shadow stuff, right? That's some stuff that gotta or Drake, he ain't the whatever, even though he like the number one artist. You can't be looking at Drake like, yeah, he corny because he this or that. Because at the end of the day, whatever Drake is Drake. Drake has created his own genre of whatever he calls it to be. He's bigger than every rapper because he put out R&B songs that be bigger than every R&B artist. Call it evil, call it good. It's easy to not like somebody do something that you don't do. So when the sun squares Pluto, which the energy have been culminating over the past couple of weeks, what have they said about this beef? This beef is a timeline. I'm going to show you some astrology stuff. Control came out in 2012, or no, something about it years ago. Oh, Big Sean's Control was released in 2013. And in this song, we don't know Big Sean was on the song and Jay Electronica was on the song. But the only thing we remember is Kendrick Lamar taking shots at everybody, mainly Drake, which was weird, right? Because K-Dots or Kendrick Lamar, like real true hardcore hip-hop fans listen to Kendrick Lamar. But the masses got to know Kendrick Lamar through Drake's CD Take Care, where he had an intro. And he just gave him his own song to breathe. And so people will be like, who is this dude rapping on this Drake CD? Oh, that's Kendrick Lamar. Tap in. So from there, he puts out the massive Good Kid, Mad City with the song Poetic Justice, which was a #1 collaboration with Drake. And we're talking about black people, and black people really need to never do this under any circumstances. If you meet another black person and they help you put food on your table, and they help your people put food on their table, and your people's people put food on your table, that's literally called biting the hand that feeds you, and you shouldn't do that. And we all know we live in a political world, in a political civilization, so I could be the one that's ignorant in a space that maybe they're being forced to beef. But if you're just looking at it from purely egotistical rapper beef concepts, is bred out of jealousy. And you got to really think about, why is it happening now over these past 3 to 4 weeks? Because the sun was gearing up to this Pluto energy entering into Aries, creating the schism between not necessarily good and evil, but shadow projection, and then dealing with the negative consequences of shadow projection. Because whatever path everybody is on is not going to be a path where the animosity can exist. And this don't mean Drake and Kendrick Lamar. This mean you and the energies that been playing out in your life too. One's in the chat if you know somebody that holds a grudge against you, or one's in the chat you hold a grudge against somebody else for whatever reason. Grudges within themselves are the things that need to be alleviated, not the actual outcome of the grudge. The negative energy that you have towards somebody and getting back at them, what you'll learn is that comes back at you at 100 times more rate. So when you find yourself in these ego conflicts during the time, these are the type of situations that you just simply got to let go, because what your spirit is telling you, everything exists on even exchange. Pluto represents exchange. It's almost like a Libra scale. So when you are in relationships, partnerships, businesses, the thing has to even itself out. And then when it doesn't even itself out, you have to be in your Aries dominion energy to not be mean, not be evil, but say, sit down, we have to talk. And we have to talk because I want to continue, but we can't continue in areas where people are unevenly trying to take from you, right? You got to create balance in all things. And so it was another situation that was very interesting to me because I put out I never say like viral or no shit like that. I just put out a I put out a reel, and it was this like conversation. Let me see if I can find it real quick because I can show you better than I can tell you. Because as soon as I did that, a couple of days later, this Cenat situation happened. And this situation was very interesting to me because I just don't understand how millionaires be caught up with girls that just be like, what are we doing? Like, and what is the direction that people are going in if you gotta constantly chase after sex and you live in this life where you are like great at something. All I'm gonna say is this: back in my day, when great people were great, women were flocking pulling at their coattails, and they could choose which one. So I don't understand why part of your success, because listen, when you have a girlfriend or a wife, y'all not gonna like what I'm about to say, so trigger warning, right? That's your prostitute. You paying her every day because you don't gonna have like a girl that's random that's gonna put you at risk. That's why your wife get taken care of. That's why you and your wife have sex. Like, you do everything that people be doing on the streets, but you only do it with her, and you're gonna have to be coming up out of some bread. That's why broke dudes don't really be having quality girls like that. Cause they be like, well, I loved her, and she loved me, and she cheated on me, hood. Can you believe that she cheated on me, hood? Was you paying like you weigh? No, we loved each other. Yeah, that's what they do, man. Any girl that ever cheated on me is because I wasn't holding it down financially. That's how it goes, right? Because it's funny, right? It's only funny when you spending money on the girl and she cheat on you. Then you like, oh, you silly. Shit. You know how much money I'm about to save now? I'm spending money like, bye. It's financial. And if I really love you and really like you and we have a connection, the thing is, there's going to be a lot of infidelity and adultery in those type of situations. Like, that's where it comes from. It's not real to a woman for real. Like, it's real to you because you think that she love you the same way, but no, it's never. When you sit down with your woman, right, and be like, I think that you should pay 50% of the bills and I pay 50% of the bills so you can save your money. and I can save my money. You can do more of the things that you want to do, and I can do the more things you want to do. And the more you get to talking, it'll be like blah, 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 blah. It get dark real fast. It get dark. Like the string music start to play. Now this is life. This is why men all over the country get to that bag. Cause they know they gotta take care of them and they shorty and they family. Now usually you learn this when you raised by your dad. Your mom gonna raise you to love women like a woman. And then you like, I'm trying to find a girl that I love. And then you find a girl that you love, and then she cheat on you. You like, mama, what happened? It's okay, baby. You can come lay on my couch till you figure it out. I thought she loved me. Y'all not talking about real life. Y'all talking about fake life. So let's talk about this story real quick, and then I'll give y'all what I was talking about. Well, y'all will see it, but we'll break more down into it. Then we'll talk about Cenat. So Awareness on Twitter wants to know the fuck be wrong with y'all, right? So I'm gonna just break down what's happened. Guy sends her a text message. Can I take you shopping? She says, sure. He says, when are you free? She says, this weekend. He's like, I'm down, so I'll take you shopping this weekend if you let me suck it or if you let me hit it. Suck or hit it. And she comes back and says, basically, you're blocked. Now, I want to talk about what the fuck be wrong with men, because a lot of women would say, that's what he gets, that's what he deserves. But today I want to teach you about intercourse. Do you know what intercourse really is? If not, let's look up the etymology real quick. Give me a second. So intercourse isn't just sexual. It's actually communication to and fro. If you look up a deeper definition, it just simply means exchange. So what I'm trying to say is that if a man is taking you shopping, it's not because he wants to take you shopping. He is communicating, this is what I have to offer. You know what I want in exchange. That's why the common term for intercourse is sex. But it's all about a conversation and a communication, because how else is the man going to ask you for sex if that's what he wants? He's offering you something. So Awareness on Twitter wants to know, so real quick, I was saying how the first deacon of Capricorn is ruled by the two of disc, and the two of disc, and we can read this together because this is the energy, right? And you want to get somebody that's going to love you and that's going to help you, and you're going to hope that your wife is going to be that person. But the real truth is that God is going to only be that person. Your wife going to love you to a certain point, and she's going to do the best that she can in loving you. But the real love that a man needs comes from God. So with that being said, you also got to be in proper accord with people around you and not be like thinking that everything is operating on this feel good, I love you type of energy, because it's going to be a whole bunch of people dancing and having a good time, and there's going to be 2 or 3 people at the top extorting your stupid ass, looking down on you, having a good time, manipulating you like some damn puppets on the string. So, in order to grow, even when you're dealing with your higher self, you got to deal with the energy of change. And let's just read this clearly so we can understand the meaning of intentional change. Because we're dealing with Sun Square Pluto. The sun is in the energy of sidereal Aries, the energy of intention, meaning that you don't have to see your friend group. You don't have to see the people around you that's pouring into you right now. You don't have to see it. You only have to intend for it. Okay? And when you intend for it, you have to then tap into the integrity part of it, meaning that you have to be the person that has something to offer. Because you don't get something for nothing. You don't get something for nothing. If you want to really change and you really want to get something out of this shit, you're going to have to put days in, days out. You want your Instagram channel to grow, your YouTube channel to grow, you're going to have to convert your time, energy, and resources into followers and subscribers and memberships. And if you don't put in the time, energy, and resources, nobody is going to tap in. Change means to exchange or convert something to substitute one for another, a reciprocal exchange. So when you look at Aries in the chart, it's opposed Libra in the chart. So the person that you are is going to determine whether you're going to be married or not. But everybody want to have a wedding. Don't nobody want to be the nigga that get married, the woman that get married. But everybody just wants somebody to magically come into their life with a 12-inch Peter, the wettest, tightest vagina ever, only have eyes for you. I've only have eyes for you looking boy, and it's not ever happening because everybody is OD off Twitter. I mean, not Twitter. Y'all be OD off Twitter, but y'all be OD off Tinder. Right? That's the number one app for young women and young men. And the only thing to do on Tinder is have free, nasty sex. Right? Then talk about I want to be married. It's not going to happen. Not if you ODing off Tinder. When is you going to get off Tinder and take your marriage life seriously? And then you're going to have to do Sun Square Pluto work where the truth going to have to come out. How many Tinder dates have you been on since 2020? How many? Have you kept track? Or do they just all roll into one? I know y'all on Twitter because it's the number one used app. It can't be it's not you can't be on, I only used it one time. It wouldn't be the number one used app if you only used it one time. I mean, you are using it over. You on Tinder more than you on Instagram. You on Tinder more than you on Facebook. And Tinder is dangerous for women because it's always going to be men that's going to accept you sexually. Men, we already know you're either going to want to have sex with us or you're not, and whether you're not is going to determine whether I'm going to watch Pornhub tonight or X-Hamster. It just depends on what type of mood I'm in. However, when a woman gets on Tinder and says, oh, I like this dude, the dude's going to say, I like you too, ma. I like you a lot. We linking tonight? Cool. And you got to understand, ain't no human being ever operated at that level before in the history of life. So it has to have some actual detrimental consequences that, all right, just tell me how many Tinder dates you've been on then. Let's talk about the intricate details of Tinder. Oh, you don't want to talk about it? Sun Square Pluto, where the truth of your actual delineations and degradations and just the inability to be honest when it comes to yourself and other people, it shows up like, now you got beef with somebody. Now you mad at somebody. So if you find yourself in them type of positions, figure out a way to balance each other out. Intercourse, right? When you deal with the Pluto energy, it's like the word that comes up, the etymology that comes up is just intercourse. So when you talk about sex, I'm telling you, any guy want to have a wonderful relationship, get you a prostitute. If you can withstand being with a prostitute, then you can be with any woman in the world. Because the difference between, because think about it, right? You with a girl, and if your girl comes home and says, honey, I just got my back blew out from James the other day. It was amazing. Anyways, you want some mac and cheese for dinner? I was thinking fried chicken. What you was thinking? Fried chicken, macaroni, greens? Sounds good. I'll be in the kitchen, baby, if you need anything. She give a little shake, ooh, and then walk into the bathroom. You'll be like, what the fuck just happened? Your world was spam. What I'm talking about, people can be dismissed by the conversation or grossed out by the conversation, but you probably in love with a girl that done did some freaky ass shit that she ain't never told you. And because she ain't never told you the nasty freaky shit that she done did with somebody, you act like she ain't did it. You think you got a fucking angel. Man, that's not intercourse. Usually when you're around a girl and she like you, she'll cry. She'll cry because now she got to tell you all of the freaky shit that she did or the highlights. She never going to tell you everything, but you need to know the highlights. If she never gave you the highlights, what you think she don't got highlights? This is the deep part. This is the deep part. This is the part where it gets scary. Because she didn't give you the highlights. Because what you do, soon tell me about your sexual history, David. You get surrender. Oh, you want to know? Where do you want me to start? Middle school, high school, college? I mean, 20s, 30s, MVP, Negro Leagues. What you want? How you want it, baby? I got it in libraries. You be ready to tell. Because that men, we willing to communicate to get to a middle point. Now, love is communication. Sex is communication. Real sex. Because what most people think is actual sex is nothing but two people masturbating with one another. There's no connection. There's no communication. There is no, baby, does this feel good? Baby, do you like that? If it feels good to you, you with it. What is that? Masturbation. So listen, so you with a guy and it feels good to you. You say, man, this dude has the best sex ever. But what about him? This is masturbation culture. What about him? Do it because it feels good to you. I don't like, as men, we're the worst at this. We're last place at this, babe. We're like bottom of the totem pole. Just because it feels good to you, don't mean it feel good to her. And the reason why this is such a mystery, people been together 5-10 years, don't know the A spot from the G spot, from nothing. It's just a mystery because there's no communication. And then there's ego. I paid the bills on Monday. There's multiple components to connecting and really building a relationship and really building a life that it takes a certain level of maturity and intelligence and hard work and effort and consistency, that the energy of emotions and feelings and love, it just ruins everything that could possibly come from a relationship. Because in the midst of emotions, feelings, and love, what there is not is communication. When your wife is triggered, when your husband is triggered, the first thing y'all do is stop talking to each other. When did you know the relationship was over? When y'all stopped talking. So what is intercourse? Intercourse is communication to and fro. It's exchange. And this is the energy. You might be like, damn, I'm not successful like I want to be. Because you're not offering nobody nothing. You don't have shit to offer. Figure that part out. Figure out what you have to offer to a person. And this is the key. This is the key. How would you know what a person needs? Can somebody put that in the chart? If you wanted to show up for somebody, you wanted to be of value to somebody, how would you know what they need? How would they know? How would you know what your husband needs? How would you know what your wife needs? How would you know what your children need? How would you know what your boss needs in this moment? Would you read their mind? Would you study their pattern? What would you do? Let me tell you. You would communicate. You would communicate. You would listen. You would receive it. And you would do the work. Then you would show up. And that gets us into commerce. That gets us into growth. That gets us into development. And these are skills. These are crucial skills that's going to aid you in your future relationships. Because if you're going into this situation, you're going into life, you've been raised under, and we got to delineate matriarchal from feminine. And then we got to also delineate that we're not talking about good or bad. We're talking about balance versus imbalance. And in a feminine sense, love, emotions, and feelings is all people are striving for at the end of the day. They want to feel loved. Even $1 million rappers, even streamers. Cenat got on his live and said he's one of the biggest streamers ever. The #1 streamer. He talks about his career. But the thing about these children, the thing about these teenagers, they never talk about the love of self. They talk about this woman, Layla Red, was an old chick. I ain't even saying old in a derogatory way, but Cenat's 18 and a millionaire. I just don't understand being a certain quality of a person and paying exorbitant amounts for vagine when it's dudes. Like, if women are having sex and they're having sex at an all-time high, they all not getting paid from it. So I gotta figure out how to be one of these dudes that can get them a girl that's not gonna be charged $5,000 a visit. I don't want to be looked at like that. I don't want to be looked at as an ATM machine that don't feel good to my soul, don't feel good to my spirit. But in the grand scheme of things, Cenat is on his Instagram going crazy, and then talking bad on the girl, and I guess rightfully so. But you had sex with her though. Like, that's what accountability is. I'm gonna tell you guys what accountability is. When your girl is tripping, having a manic breakdown and breaking your shit and flipping, and in that midst of craziness and madness, I want you to take all of the accountability and responsibility to understand and overstand that this is what it looks like when you project your God force energy on somebody that's unequally yoked with you. And the issue with men is that we really do be feeling like our ego is going to give us a pass within the realms of relationship. But the ego we're going to do a shadow work class tonight at SAU. I'm going to give y'all a sneak preview. The ego, shout out to Professor Melanie, shout out to the SAU. The ego is a mask, or the ego is the script to the character that you play on Earth. So if you Kai Cenat and you're the world's biggest streamer that the world has ever seen, that is just a mask that you are wearing. Psychological development says whatever happens to me within this play that the director writes, the writers write for me, have nothing to do with who I am and my true character. Because if I built my true character, I should have been knocking girls when I was in high school, because that's when they was getting knocked. So I wasn't getting cheeks when I was in high school. I waited till I got millions, then I started buying cheeks. And now that I'm buying cheeks, I feel like because I'm doing it and it's happening, that this is good. But now she got your meat all over the internet. Now you on your stream yelling and screaming and being mad when you could have been playing Call of Duty or Fortnite or some shit. Here it is, you gotta dox a young lady that at a previous time, if she scam you, if she rob you, if she take all of your money, if she punch you in your face, if she call your mama an ain't shit woman, you as a man gotta take responsibility, because you gotta practice dick discipline regardless if you are a millionaire or you somebody that's on the streets. It's only tricky when you think that you are who you are, when you actually are who you truly are. Whatever mask you put on, whatever role you get, whatever the director says, all right, Kai, you're taking the leading role. All right, Kai, you the leader of the show now. Oh shit, I'm the leader? All right, I'm the man now. Nigga, the algorithm. The algorithm, man. The internet, the algorithm, case closed. Because if the algorithm take it all away, or if they ban you, which they did in TikTok already, they already banned them from TikTok, or not even TikTok, from Twitch. He was scared about that, got lawyers and things like that, because, you know, they take Twitch away, they take your mask away. Now you got to be a little dude walking around the Bronx trying to figure it out. But I feel like if you are a millionaire, you do have the space and time and the energy to kind of really self-reflect and self-evaluate and get that self-esteem together, meaning that as men, we got to work out. As men, we got to get stronger. As men, we got to be financial literate. As men, we got to be emotionally intelligent. As men, we got to figure it out. We have to be leaders. And as men, we got to deal with a whole lot of shit. And never can we say, because I got money, that absolves me of my responsibility to be a man, to make wise decisions. Because there's so many young men with money that make dumb decisions that either they live to talk about it and change, or they don't live to talk about it because they were so stupid. You know, so like situations like this, right? When you get somebody that you love, when you get married, when you get in a relationship with somebody, falling asleep next to somebody that's not your girl, I'll tell you this one, ladies, how you know this nigga don't really fuck with you like that? If he don't go to sleep around you. If he ain't going to sleep around you, because we got a sixth sense about that. We might do a couple of things here and there, but we not going to sleep. But see, that's maturity. That's growing up. That's understanding and understanding, because you put yourself in this situation. So when this energy hit and it's all coming to a head and you trying to, you know, the only way you can deal with it You can't deal with it like a player, like, come over here. Let's talk. Let's hash it out. Let's figure it out. No, I'm not giving you no money, right? Because the whole thing is, the whole reason she around you, dealing with you, whole reason she acting like she's sexually interested in you is for your money. What else reason do you think that she want to be around you for? Why would any other girl be around you for? This the same dude that was in the club doing the hip dance with Tyler, right? They all in the club. He doing the hip dance and everything. And then on the stream, he's interviewing Tyler. He going to ask her, can they go out to eat and go for a date? How do you put two and two together? My man, you was just doing, they was circling around you while you was rocking hips. Girls don't like that type of shit for real. And if she like a nigga that be doing the hip dance, she weird. She in her masculine era. You need to recognize that and be like, you're doing the hip dance. Nobody's talking to these kids, man, telling them how it actually is. They spending 5 bands on a night of cheeks. Cheeks supposed to be free. or something. At least, what happened to $40? 5 bands is crazy, but while all of this shit was happening, which I feel like is a smokescreen, I feel like everybody need to be, at least me as a spiritual person, we like to deal with the fantasy world and the spiritual world and the Alakazam world, but I really want to just bring our awareness to something that's real, that's happening in the midst of Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Kai Cenat, and Krishan Malone, and whoever else that's beefing, and whatever stuff is going on the internet and in our family. Real shit is happening. And I feel like at least we should at least document it and say, oh yeah, this happened. Versus, like, it's weird to me that nobody's actually talking about this more than we talking about Drake and Kendrick Lamar and things of that nature. So on April 13th, 2024, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, a branch of the Iranian military, in coordination with Iraqi Popular Mobilization Forces and the Yemeni Houthis, launched attacks against Israel and the Israel-occupied Golan Heights using drones, cruise missiles, and ballistic missiles. Today is the 16th. This happened on April 13th. And I'm pretty sure that the reason that Drake and Kendrick Lamar is dissing is so we won't be talking about the fact that we are going to be in some intense times in this country in the foreseeable future, because it's all connected. And I know you probably affected by it, right? In 2023, they put out a movie called Migrations. A family of ducks trying to convince their overprotective father to go on a vacation of a lifetime, right? And when they put this movie out, they were saying that this is predictive programming. The migration is actually taking place in this country. We are presently living in a Mexico-United States border crisis. And the problem is that the people, I wouldn't say the problem, the reality is that the people that are crossing over the border are not Mexicans. Mexicans have been crossing over in this country. People have been crossing over to that country forever. But it's a problem to me when people that's crossing over this border is not from Mexico. They're coming from different parts of the world. but more recently from all over the world, including Russia, India, and China have made up a growing share of those crossing the border. I'm not that spiritual yet to look at this shit, and then I see the government do something that's crazy. The Office of Global Michigan, which administers newcomer rental subsidy program and is part of the state department's labor of economic opportunity, provided information and data that which are limited to $300 to $500 a month, which this is basically this program that was in Michigan that was giving people $500 a month for people to come, men. We talking about grown ass men. Dog, I don't give a fuck about a nigga from another country. Like not a grown ass man, a family maybe. But it's weird. That's weird. If 8 million men came to this country and we just gave them housing, that don't sit right with me. And then when it happened, niggas is just gonna be like, oh wow, that's so crazy. I can't believe that's happening. Wow. And it's like, this is really what's happening. And I say all of this to say, where's your friends? Where's your family? Where are the people that you can depend on? Are y'all in ego conflicts? Are y'all in power struggles? Are y'all in crisis? You know, are you triggered by something that they did to you and your daddy cheated on your mama in 1967 and you ain't talked to him? You be acting like that's your business. You know, do you have family? Do you have friends? Do you have a support system? Cause I ain't gonna say shit is about to get real, cause shit been real ever since I've been alive. Shit have been real ever since. But this shit get realer and realer and realer as the days go on. So I'm not trying to get into the future doom and gloom. I'm just saying, make sure that your network is your wet work. I just made that up. It felt good and I went with it. But for real, make sure you got people in your life. Don't isolate. Don't just be you yourself and Irene going crazy, okay? But with that being said, I just wanted to do a quick little hood in the morning, hood in the afternoon, talk about these energies, talk about what's going on in the world, and give you a real perspective. You know, I'm spiritual, but I'm not too spiritual. I like to keep it balanced. I like to talk about real shit. I try to relate it and base it to the cosmos because I find the connection very clear, and a lot of people don't. So I just try to be that bridge or intermediary, but always study your chart. Always get some understanding of your chart. If that is confusing to you, you can reach out to me, hoodmystic.setmore.com. If you're not sure about a full reading, get yourself a mini reading. Start there, see how it goes, read the reviews. If you want to do the work yourself, White Rabbit Psychedelic is the place. Microdosing is the way, you know, but tap in, ask questions, get informed, look at all of the countless videos, join the Substack. Got a Jupiter conjunct Uranus video that's coming up. Also got a full moon video that's coming up right after. Both of these things are coming back to back. So pay attention to the signs, do your work, make sure you meditate, get into them altered states of consciousness, raise your vibration, change your life. Do not be fighting with your mom and your dad over some bullshit, your brother and sister, because y'all not agreeing on shit. Let shit be how it's supposed to be. Focus on your path, set your intentions, because when you was born in this world, you only had one heart, you only had a set of lungs, you got your own shit to take care of. You can't manage other people's mental health, especially if you can barely manage your own. So with that being said, man, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Like this video if you don't. I'm going to come find you because I'm into the spiritual shit too. I can leave my body and haunt you. Like, why you ain't like the video? So if you don't want to experience that, just take 2 seconds out your day, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm the Hood Mystic. This has been another video. It's been real. Y'all have a wonderful day. Peace.